We're going all the way back to the early 1990s for the X-Files. An enormous phenomenon in the world of sci-fi in the 90s, The X-Files continues to be one of the most important shows of its genre, influencing so many programs that deal with areas of the unknown that have come after it. With the tagline, "The truth is out there," the show follows the adventures of FBI agents Fox Mulder, played by David Duchovny, and Dana Scully, portrayed by Gillian Anderson, as they encounter supernatural and alien forces through their work. Pitting a natural skeptic against a believer causes natural tension in the show that has plenty for Stranger Things fans to enjoy. Indeed, perhaps Mulder and Scully would be useful in Hawkins, Indiana. Maybe a crossover should be happening. If you're at the more casual end of sci-fi and fantasy and enjoy Stranger Things in passing, this might not be a show for you, as it is quite intense in many ways. Created by Britt Marling, it's an intriguing story which crosses sci-fi, fantasy and mystery genres and follows the fortunes of a young woman called Prairie Johnson, who went missing 7 years before, and then when she went away she was blind, but when she returned she could see, and she was calling herself the OA. Frankly, that's just the start of things in a truly twisting story that will keep you guessing. There are definitely elements that Stranger Things fans will enjoy in this show, but you do have to give it some time. Is it light outside? No, it's nighttime, and do you know what that means? It's got dark. There are immediate common themes between this German smash hit on Netflix and Stranger Things, namely the plot begins with missing children and it's set in a small town. The story centres around different generations of families living in their own times in the same place. It begins to quickly get caught up in how actions of the past begin to change the way that we live in the present and the future. Although this is much more about time and space than Stranger Things, which is obviously focused more on dimensional changes and monsters, if you like what Hawkins has to offer, you're sure to enjoy spending time in the dark. Now, it's hard to see how this cult classic from the 1990s can't be compared to Stranger Things, and it's also difficult for us to imagine how the events of Hawkins couldn't have in some ways been influenced by what went on in the fictional town in Washington. It follows the story of an investigation into the murder of homecoming queen Laura Palmer by FBI Special Agent Dale Cooper and Sheriff of the town Harry S. Truman. This show has all the supernatural elements you'd hope for as a Stranger Things fan, as well as its fair share of trademark David Lynch surrealism, humour and horror rolled in. This is a must-see if you love the work of the Duffer Brothers. Buffy remains a show that many return to time and time again. Starring Sarah Michelle Gellar in the title role, you can easily draw comparisons between her character as a powerful force at the centre of a group of friends, just like Eleven is within the Hawkins gang. And while the show is about battling supernatural forces and journeys into the unknown, the friendships and the bonds between those characters in Buffy are sure to resonate with those who enjoy watching the chemistry between the kids of Hawkins, Indiana. Now, this is a fairly underrated early 90s series that combines many of the elements that we've talked about and is, it's got a lot of supernatural stuff happening too. It focuses primarily on the exploits of Marshall Teller, played by Omri Katz, and his best friend Simon Holmes, played by Justin Senkarau, as they attempt to solve the many eerie and supernatural issues that Indiana presents to them. Horror, sci-fi and mystery combined for 19 episodes of this series. A rare gem to entertain Stranger Things fans between seasons, perhaps.